Three.
Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Shooters. As always, we're your hosts, Danny, Juice, and our special guest host today, Till 5 Wrestling. How's everyone doing today?
I
Wonderful as usual.
yeah, I am feeling quite magical. I am ready to
Ooh,
go this evening. I think it's gonna be
magical.
a fun one. I think
Feeling
it's gonna be a
good.
fun one.
Feeling good.
Yeah. Thank you, Till Five folks, for being here. Any viewers from the blue side over on Facebook joining us here on the purple side. We do appreciate you being here tonight. We know we have a lot of competition. We know Raw just went live at 7 o'clock. We know the NFL
It's not
has a game
competition, that's garbage.
at 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
So
that's
regardless, whether we're background noise, a secondary choice, we appreciate that you're here regardless live with us. It does mean a lot that
Thank
you're
you.
supporting. And while you're at it, if you do have the opportunity and you have not subscribed to us yet, this is a perfect month to do so. It is September. Now, if you want to know what September means, it is 25% off for all 1 month subs and 30% off for all 3 month subscriptions done over the next 2 weeks. And tonight and next week are the ultimate nights to do it because it is tournament time. We're doing a tournament this week and next week where we are determining the ultimate Marty Jannetty of Marty Jannetty's here in the Marty Jannetty Invitational. And as always, all three of our votes will have vetoes. And if you subscribe to us tonight or next week, you also get a veto to use in the first 2 rounds if you'd like. I will explain the vetoes a little bit more once we dive here in a moment. I just wanted to get in front of that and let all of our viewers know that if you do want to have a say in one of the results, you can subscribe right now for a discounted price and get a veto. And of course, as always, if you have Amazon Prime, that means you have Amazon Prime Gaming, which means you get one free sub to use every month, and it costs you nothing. It helps support us all the same. Instructions are right there in the chat, so give it a look, and that'd be awesome if you guys could do that. We really would appreciate it. So, no trivia tonight. We're jumping right into the tournament. Some ground rules here for anybody joining us for the first time, and for our co-host. Once again, thank you to Till Five Wrestling. They're over on Facebook. I believe your episodes are. You know what? Plug your stuff. Get your plug in. Get your stuff in now.
Kind of run down through our ads, our sponsors, while I'm sharing this out on Facebook right now.
All right. So one of our favorite sponsors is Stover's Liquidation. They've got liquidation and wholesale home improvement truckload quantities available. You can check them out in Greenville, Tennessee, or online at stoversliquidation.com. Another one of our great sponsors is the Magic Vapor Shop. You can check them out at www.magicvaporshop.com. Switch the paper and itch to vapor.
Switch to
Or
vapor.
switch to vapor. Whatever it is. Sorry, folks, I'm a little sick. I'm out of it this week, but that's Magic Vapor Shop. And if you come to the London, Kentucky location, you can see me live and in living color.
Okay,
There you go.
I got all that. Outstanding.
Yeah,
So once
that was a
again, if you
lot.
like, no, we appreciate it, and we appreciate you guys being here. And again, if you have any, if you guys like what you see tonight, any of our sharpshooter fans, definitely go over again to Facebook and check out Till Five Wrestling with their weekly episodes. Sometimes they do live tournaments, but usually they're all pre-taped episodes put up weekly over on their channel. So, and then it's
Right
wrestling
now,
based.
we are on tour and we are going week to week and doing other shows right
There you
now.
go.
And like you said earlier, for the next 2 weeks, we'll be right here on Twitch with you.
We appreciate it. There you go. All right. So this tournament actually spawned from your tournament, where I forget which matchup we were talking about, but it kind of trickled down for me, starting thinking about like the Jannetties of tag teams and who's the worst of the two. And literally, as we were doing the second night, I was like, that sounds like a future tournament idea. And here we are doing the Marty Jannetty Invitational, where we're not necessarily picking the worst. We're kind of the worst, but we're trying to be nice about it. It's more like the one that's less potential, less ceiling, lower ceiling rather, compared to their tag team partners. So again, it's whatever you interpret it really to be. So it's best 2 out of 3 votes. I get a vote. Danny gets a vote. Till Five Wrestling has one combined vote, and best 2 out of 3 moves on. And again, we're voting for who we think is the Jannetty, so the worst of the two again. Um, and each one of us gets one veto to use in the first 2 rounds. So since we're doing our format a little bit different this time, where typically our viewers know we usually do the entire first round in one night, and then the rest of the tournament the next week. This time we're trying a different format, kind of inspired from the folks at Till 5, where we're going to do one whole side of the bracket first, and then next week we'll do the whole other side of the bracket. So again, your veto is for the first 2 rounds only. So if you use it this week in the first 2 rounds, you don't have one next week for the first 2 rounds, if that makes sense. You only get one total to use as a vote, so to speak. If that doesn't make any sense, by all means, Till 5, let me know. And as for our viewers, again, if you choose to subscribe tonight or next week, you also get the opportunity to get a veto to use. You cannot veto a veto. And if you want to veto, you need to do it within like a 5-10 second window of the decision being made. You can't like retroactively do it later on. So just a heads up. I think that's it, right? Are we good to go, Danny? Any questions?
So the veto will automatically make whoever you're saying goes on not go on, and who we want to go on.
Yes.
Yes. So, for example, like
Okay.
if we were doing New Age Outlaws,
No.
and-
Give a Shawn Michaels Marty Jannetty example, right? If we
if-
picked Jannetty, and I wanted
And we
Shawn to go
vetoed it.
through for some reason, I would veto it and put Shawn through.
and that's
Okay,
it.
that's
End,
what I
end of
thought.
discussion. End of debate. Yep.
Hmm.
And you don't have to use your veto. There have been times where I typically don't use mine. But you don't have
I
to use
finally
it.
got it all sent out live. Now we're good.
Sweet.
On Facebook.
Well,
So,
we appreciate you posting it on Facebook and sharing it with your viewers. And yeah, I think we're finally good to go, Danny.
All right, here we go.
First matchup.
First
And-
matchup, which I accidentally showed at the beginning. Hopefully, no one saw.
I didn't see it.
Sweet. We have the Lucha Brothers, Penta versus Ray Phoenix. So what I tried to do at the bottom, just because there wasn't, usually we put stats and stuff to like compare. So the stats I put this time, when I figured individual titles, I looked, all this is Wikipedia, I'll admit it. I didn't look too crazy hard. And I only looked for individual championships, no tag team championships, because obviously we're trying to see who like is the Jannetty. So Penta, his main one that people would know is a one-time Impact World Champion. He won 12 individual titles across a lot of indie scenes. And his opponent, obviously, Ray Phoenix. His most notable individual championship was the AEW International Championship, and he's won 13 individual titles in the indies.
Yeah, and so this isn't again for anybody from the Till 5 side coming here to visit. We don't really have like a team or a set draft or a debate. It's a free kind of talk where we all go one at a time, and maybe we don't want to say anything. You can literally just be like Penta, and that's it. It's whatever you want to say or contribute. So I'll just start. The first thing with this, like me personally, I like Ray Phoenix more. I think he's the better wrestler. But if I'm thinking in terms of the Michaels Jannetty kind of dynamic of who's the one that's more packaged and set for stardom, I think it's Penta. I think he's way more over. I think he has enough behind him where, again, I'm not thinking better wrestler. I'm just thinking who can be the one that's more successful in that scheme of the Jannetty Shawn Michaels thing of a breakup. So my vote for who I think is the Jannetty of the two, I'm going to say Ray Phoenix. And whoever wants to go next. No.
Yeah, I agree. I was going to say, even though I do like Ray Phoenix better, and I think like AEW showed that he really can be a really good single star, Penta just is ready now. I think that's the big difference. I believe Penta more in a world title match than I would Ray Phoenix right now, so I'm going to go with Ray Phoenix as well.
Yeah, I think
don't
I'm
even know
also.
that much of an argument needs to be made.
Yep, I think that'll
I
do
can
it.
save that for next time of why Penta is less of or why Phoenix is more of a Jannetty.
There you go.
All right.
All right.
There you go. So Ray Phoenix, the first Jannetty, moving on.
Oof, poor Ray. All right, next up.
Kind of tournament it's going to be. Some of these are going to be very hard, and some are going to be very easy.
We have Demolition, Axe versus Smash. 16 individual titles for Axe, only 3 individual titles for Smash. How
And by
are we
the way,
feeling about this?
I'll let one of you two go first this time, but beforehand, obviously, chat. If you have any thoughts, anybody you think is the Jannetty, throw it in chat. I mean, we don't wade into the vote, but it's still nice to have some conversation going. So, by all means, we welcome any and all interaction. If you just want to lurk, that's cool. We love our lurkers too. Peace out. And all right, so Danny or Sharpshooters, one of you two can go first. I'll go last if need be.
Well, they're till 5.
I mean, I
Sorry.
can go first.
Yeah, go for it.
Aaron, you can take this one for us.
I'm going to tell you right now that Axe is the Jannetty because Smash is at least known for other stuff by everybody. There's at least another character that Barry Darso has done that everybody knows. Tell me something else Axe has done.
It's true.
Yeah, I can.
That's
I mean,
fair.
that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, again, like I've said before on this show and your show, my knowledge of late '90s is very minimal. So I know of Demolition. I've seen her stuff, but like I couldn't even tell you. Yeah, I don't know. So all right.
All right.
Look, I've worked with Bill Eadie before. I've worked with Axe and Smash. Super nice guys, but Smash, everybody was coming to him like, "Hey, can I get a blacktop bully? Can I get a hole in one?" You know, they were getting random stuff from him, while Axe was just sitting there drinking his third coffee of the day.
All right, so just so I make sure I had it clear, so Axe is your vote for the Jannetty, correct? You said.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Danny.
second that.
Yep.
All right. Axe is moving on as the Jannetty of Demolition. And if you disagree with us, if you think we got it wrong, light us up in chat. Let us know, please.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
By all means, if you
Matchup number
an
3.
opinion
We
and
want to hear
think you
it.
can run your mouth better than we can, cool.
Is he threatening the viewers already? We're 3 matchups in, man.
All right, tough one.
All right, so next up we have the Briscoe brothers. Are obviously my co-host Juice's probably favorite one. Mark Briscoe, Jay Briscoe. Mark Briscoe's most notable is his recent ROH World Heavyweight Championship run. He's also won 2 individual titles. Jay Briscoe, 2-time ROH World Champion, and he's won 3 individual titles. That includes the notable one, by the way, guys. Just so we're clear.
So Danny, you can go first this time since so far we've gone first.
So unfortunately, I just got to go with what I know because I don't really know Jay at all. So I know Mark. I like Mark. I've never seen Jay, so I got to go with Jay as the Jannetty. I'm probably wrong, but that's just what I got to go based on what I know.
Till 5 says Mark should have wore a mouthpiece. Yeah, should have. Jeez, that was brutal.
Harry Funk ain't wearing no mouthpiece.
Yeah. All right, so Danny's vote is for Jay Briscoe being the Jannetty. Folks from Till 5, I'll let you go first here.
I think it sounds like Danny has gotten a hold of our sponsor, Green Hemp Company, if he's thinking that Mark is the bigger star. If Jay had lived, Jay would have been the bigger star. I love them both. Don't get me wrong. The Briscoes are the greatest tag team of all time. But Jay Briscoe had everything needed to be a star. He made one dumbass tweet, and the world wouldn't let him forget about it.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
No, but
Right,
yeah, I don't
so-
know. Like I said, I've never seen him.
All right, so it's 1-1 Mark and Jay. So I think this is our first tiebreaker here. So yeah, and this is a scenario, this tournament, where I think it's totally okay to use the like the if term. Like usually we're always like, oh, if this, if that, and people hold it against you. But I think it's totally fine here to be like, oh, well, if this happened or if that happened, because we're just talking about the Jannetty of things, and sometimes it doesn't shake out the way we thought it would with the tag team at all. Where neither really break through, but you still need to determine who's a Jannetty. And like, yeah, sure, yeah, now Mark is a star, but like, man, all those, again, I know you're not knowledgeable on it, Danny, but all those years where they were together or apart, it was always Jay. Jay was always the one. He was the champ. He was the one that was always a step above Mark anytime they fought one-on-one. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Mark's doing great now, but like they said, if Jay was still around, it'd still be Jay. So Mark is the Jannetty in this scenario.
All right. Tiebreaker. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Matchup number 4.
Number 4.
We have Beer Money Inc. Oh, let me just fix that for old Bobby Roode. There we go. So we have James Storm, Bobby Roode. James Storm is a 1-time TNA World Champion, 13 individual titles. Bobby Roode, 2-time TNA World Champion, NXT Champion, 17 individual titles. I'll start off with this one because I really do like them both. Both probably my favorite tag team in TNA. But I always thought Bobby Roode, like when they broke up and started doing the Bound for Glory tournament, and we started seeing which one would go. When Bobby Roode went over to NXT and James Storm kind of didn't, I thought that was also a little bit notable. That I always thought Bobby Roode was the bigger star, and I think he was presented as the bigger star. James Storm had plenty of opportunity, but he just, for some reason, never just broke through that ceiling, I think. So for my opinion, James Storm is the Jannetty for that one.
Okay. Kilo Tomato says, well, he is glorious, which is true. He is glorious.
One of my favorite theme songs.
Yeah, I'll go this time. I'm not even including the NXT stuff just for the sake of the argument, like just
That's
thinking
fair.
of their time in and you can, and nothing against that, but like
saying.
if I'm just looking at their time together in TNA, Storm was over. He was the babyface, obviously, in the whole breakup and everything, the aftermath. But like, I do agree. I do think Storm is considered the Jannetty between the two of them. I love them both, but yeah. And again, I'm not even including the NXT stuff, just in terms of their trajectory in TNA after the breakup and what they were doing. I'm going with Storm being the Jannetty. I'm not sure if Till Five Guys agree, but
So I guess Aaron and I'll get into it now, but I feel very similarly to you guys, sharpshooters. I don't know what Aaron has to say. If we were talking about America's Most Wanted, then I think I would have it reversed for James Storm. But in this instance, I think he's the Jannetty of Beer Money, for sure.
Well, you look at both of their careers in TNA. Which one of them was a single star in Team Canada on his own before even getting into Beer Money? So yeah,
Totally fair.
Yeah, James, I like James, but he's the Jannetty here.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Easy
He
enough.
was one fun ass Jannetty, but he was.
I agree, and that's where it's going to get very interesting in the next round, because in the next round we start picking like what's and whatever your definition of that, but like what's the Jannetty of the Jannetties now. So like that's going to be real interesting how we go with the next round, because I don't know what anyone's going to be thinking, but that's next round. Yeah. So next matchup, this is going to be a good one. I think it's pretty obvious, but I think this is a good one. Edge and Christian. So we have Edge, who is a 4-time WWE champion, 7-time world champion, 20 individual titles, versus Christian, 2-time world champion, 2-time NWA world champion, and 18 individual titles.
Can I please?
I was gonna let the Till Five folks. Till Five go first, please. Yep.
I'm gonna catch some heat on this one with, I'm sure, some audience watching.
I think we're probably gonna disagree on this one.
Okay. But I need everybody to hear me out for a second.
Don't jump down the road yet.
The Jannetty of Edge and Christian is Edge.
That's okay. I just need to hear why before I judge.
And I'll tell you why. Because Christian's done it in other places and been successful in other places on his own in a main event level. Christian has even found more success in AEW, where Cope has sort of struggled to get over outside of the nostalgia pop.
Okay.
All right.
So I'd like to hear what my co-host has to say now.
Okay. Notorious ATB.
he's forming
think
a
about
thought.
it. Just seriously think about it.
Here's what I'm going to say. Everyone that sees this is going to disagree immediately, based on the fact that when you look at the tag team, it's Edge and Christian, not Christian and Edge. But when you look at the fact of the two men in their careers, where they've been main event stars, Edge will always be a bigger draw than Christian. So Christian's still the Jannetty. He just went over and main evented on the B team show.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. So I think personally, this is like, there's no Jannetty here, but obviously we have to pick a Jannetty here. These two have
Right.
clearly broken through enough where I think we all can at least know that. But we're picking one, and that's the point of the tournament, the invitational that we're doing here tonight. Marty Jannetty is sitting above us, watching, looking down, giving the thumbs up, thumbs down, and we need to do right by him. Because that's another thing I didn't mention earlier, but Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels, the Rockers, are not in this tournament. That is by design. We felt putting Jannetty in the invitational for Jannetty is a little bit unfair and on the nose.
I think we know who'd win that. If he didn't win, it'd be a weird invitation.
Yes. All right. Well, before we move on, so you guys need to figure out amongst yourself who your vote is for, and also something important to remember. Something important to remember is we're in uncharted territory here, where you both share a vote. You both also share a veto. So you can give one of you the vote, and then the other one can veto.
Oh God, I never thought of that.
So
Absolutely
keep that in
not.
mind.
When you look
Sprinkle
at
it,
the
Juice. I
fact-
love it. Sprinkle it in.
No. When you look at the facts,
Mm-hmm.
Tanner's right.
Mm.
Christian is the legend of these two men.
Mm.
And the reason that he's a Jannetty is because Marty Jannetty is not near the legend that Shawn Michaels is.
Mm.
So we're going to say Christian is not the Jannetty. Edge is Jannetty.
Okay, so your vote is for
I'm
Edge. I
agreeing
know.
with Tanner.
Okay. All right. See, and that's the thing. I know sometimes this can probably get a little confusing, but again, the vote is for Edge being the Jannetty.
That's no disrespect to Edge. Edge just did it in one place.
None whatsoever.
None. Honestly, there's very few tag teams that are in this field that I think are in here out of disrespect. I am like a good chunk of them are like, yeah. Okay. So
Killer
I'm gonna
Tomato
go-
asks if Lita could be the Jannetty.
Well,
Yep, there you go, loophole.
Actually, it would be Rhino. Not
I was gonna say, I
Rhino
think that would be
is
Rhino
just
for this one. I
Edge
think
and Christian.
that's a different tag
Yeah.
team, but we can. That's Tomato.
either
Anyway,
way, I know what he's trying to do.
I know what
All
he's
right,
trying to do too. I'm just. That's why I said Tomato.
I will go first. I will
Gangrel.
Hey,
I will choose to
Valid.
leave this in. I will choose to leave this in Danny's hands because while it is
we
close,
all forgot Gangrel. That's actually accurate.
yeah, it is Gangrel. But my vote is gonna be for Christian.
Yeah.
Just because I think in terms of the ascension and the peak for both of them, both have had great careers, but I think Edge just ekes him out in that regard. So my vote is for Christian. It is tied. I'm leaving the vote in Danny's hands. And again, remember, we all have vetoes. Fans, you all have vetoes too. If you choose to subscribe, you get a veto to use here.
Christian's my dad, bro. This is fucked up.
Christian's my dad too, bro.
That's
You
what I'm
need to do
saying,
right.
man. Like, what are you making me? He's gonna be so mad at me. But so I love the argument and I agree with the argument. Where I'm not sure and where I'm trying to figure out like where I'm kind of leaning to is Christian had to go prove himself somewhere else because Edge already proved himself in WWF, WWE, and was already the star and pushing Christian to the side. Where Christian went out and said, all right, I can do this on my own, but then still went back to WWE and was still kind of in Edge's shadow, and then even still didn't get a shot until after Edge got the next. Yeah, unfortunately, I got to go with Christian as the Jannetty in this one. It's rough, but
Yeah. Ooh.
yeah, we're going with Christian. All right, I got to move on before I cry. Moving on. Unless there's a veto there, we're moving on. So, next up, we have... Pause for dramatic effect. Okay, the Street Profits, Montez Ford versus Angelo Dawkins, one of the newer tag teams on this list. No individual titles, no real anything about them. So this is purely a gut thing of these two guys who we think is going to be the Jannetty. Before that, Jay DeFalco says, imagine Edge's accolades if he didn't miss so much time because of the injuries. And Jay DeFalco said, Michael Cole never half-heartedly said, oh, look, it's Edge.
Yeah.
All true facts. I can't argue that.
So I'm gonna go first.
Hope doesn't sound as cool.
Mhm.
Cope
It's-
doesn't sound as cool as Christian Cage. I do
That's
agree with
true.
that as well.
Yeah, it just can't.
But it's too late.
Um,
We moved on.
Yep, so
Isn't
I'm
this
gonna.
easy? It's Dawkins.
Yeah, I'm with you. This is the first easy one of it,
Yeah.
and it's funny because this is like I intentionally wanted to get some newer, younger teams on here that haven't like had their run yet, that are like still kind of in that like which one is it right now?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think it's easy. I think Dawkins is definitely the Jannetty here, but maybe we'll be proven wrong with time.
As I say, I do agree that Dawkins is the Jannetty because I think Montez is just more on like skilled on the mic, but Dawkins does have potential to like be potentially better than him in the ring. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't see it personally.
I said potential. All right, maybe I'm
Yeah,
wrong. Maybe
No,
I'm wrong.
just
Next up,
sharing.
another new tag team. Well, recently broke up. It's still new. We have the acclaimed Anthony Bowens versus Max Caster. Most of their individual titles were just some indie stuff that I don't think anyone really knows too much. At least I didn't, so I just didn't pretend I would. So 5 individual titles, 6 individual titles, pretty even. Where do you think they've gone since they've broken up? Who's kind of shown as the Jannetty in Europe? I think it's my turn to go first, right? Probably.
Well, before we move on, I mean, did you watch Collision yet, Danny?
Yeah, we talked about it. Remember? I talked to you how I
Okay,
didn't
well,
like how all that went and stuff.
I didn't want to speak,
That's for
till
Thursday,
5
though.
folks. Have you watched it?
I have.
Yep.
Okay, I just didn't want to speak out of turn regarding them and anything recently because it looks like they're going to be getting back together in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
Which is certainly a choice, but either way,
Big surprise.
I went first last one really quickly, so till 5, you can take this one first.
Yeah, why not?
They're both Jannetty.
Just like we said with the last one, someone's got to be the HBK, just like someone's got to be the Jannetty. So
I would like to say one thing about it, Aaron, and then I'll let you make the decision for us here. But I would like to say that you would think on paper that the Jannetty is Max Caster. However, since Anthony Bowens has come back, he has really struggled to get over. And Max Caster's 5-minute challenges have gotten over with his chance. He is more over than Bowens, in my opinion. So to me, I think Bowens might be the Jannetty at this time.
all right,
He's right.
Notorious ATB, are you agreeing? Is that your vote?
Currently, Bowens is the Jannetty.
I mean, I know Caster's losing on TV every week, but it's far more over than whatever Bowens is doing right now.
Which one of them's on TV every week?
Yeah. All right. So their vote is for Anthony Bowens. Danny, I'll give you the follow-up here.
I have to agree with that. I feel like I said from the beginning I wasn't too crazy about like the 5-tool player thing. I didn't think it was like a great shtick for him. That I think they kind of did him dirty with that. I know they were meaning well, but just like it seemed like too much of the all-American good boy thing, and that's proven in the past not to really work. Whereas Max Caster, I've been more entertained by, even with the losing and like the getting crushed, and that stupid chant that like people just chant because they're like
Let's
fun
go,
wrestling
Max.
fans.
You're the best wrestler alive.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like
Let's go, Max.
stuff like that. So I'm gonna go with Anthony Bowens also as the Marty Jannetty here.
All right. Well, while it doesn't matter, I'm not going to be using a veto, but I want the record to show that my vote would have been for Max Caster being the Jannetty. As much as I completely understand your points and slightly agree with them, I still do think long-term here, Bowens will be the one to kind of ascend and
Now, if we redid this
breakout.
tournament 2 years from now, I might have a
Yeah.
completely different answer for you. I just don't think the current direction of Anthony Bowens warrants him.
Of course.
Yeah, because I think he has some serious potential. I think he's got a lot of potential.
All right. So Anthony Bowens is moving on as the
I
Jannetty.
feel like, yeah, Dawkins holding on to Montez for dear life in the comments there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's a good way to think of it if you're trying to if you're having a tough time with this tournament, like if one got fired or let's switch to another show, who would that's like brand split? Like who's the one that's going to sink or swim?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to catch up on. I'm just doing two things at once here. Give me a second.
I don't
That's
want to
fine.
spoil anything, but I really hope that Heavy Machinery is on this list.
Next up,
Yeah. Well,
we have the
yeah.
Wyatt family. I don't want to make anyone sad, so I'm going to skip that. Skip answering that. So we have the Wyatt family, Eric Rowan versus Luke Harper. Eric Rowan with 3 individual titles, nothing really of note. Where Luke Harper, as we all know, AEW TNT champion, 18 individual titles. What are we thinking?
I'm gonna go first. Eric Rowan sucks. He's absolutely the Jannetty.
That's rude.
He blows.
No argument here.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that either. I'm just saying that's rude the way
Yeah.
you said it.
It's not
Also,
rude if it's honest.
that's
Yeah,
fair.
he's probably the worst one. He's probably the worst wrestler so far we've seen in this.
We have
So.
It pays to
Rowan,
be rude.
Rowan, that damn spider, not even a question. Also, Rowan was like the only wrestler I got to see on the streets when I was in London, and I looked at John and said that. He's like, you should go chasing. I was like, no, not him. Next guy, though, I'll definitely chase down for an autograph.
Being worth it.
No shot. No shot. All right. Matchup number 9. We
Not the
have
lowest.
the Guns. Rowan, not a big man.
Shit.
Jay DeFalco, that's unfortunately not true. Just a sucky big man. Austin Gunn versus Colton Gunn. No individual championships. What are you guys feeling? Not all at once
Colton is
now.
the Jannetty.
Sorry.
Colton is the Jannetty. Austin at least has that rapping shtick he does occasionally.
You think that's good?
Okay. Tanner, are you
That's
rolling with
all-
that?
I'll roll
Oh, I
with
can-
that. I think that he's more charismatic than Colton. So if you look at it that way.
Okay. All right. So 1 vote for Colton. Danny, any thoughts?
You know what it is one has the look and then the other one has the mic skill, and I just don't know which one's going to improve in the other area. Like, Austin's not going to get better looking, but like as far as the way he can wrestle and stuff and his mic skill, it's probably always going to be better than Colton, but Colton can improve on the mic more. If I'm going right now, I'm going to have to say Colton.
Okay. Let me ask you a question, Danny. If I had to show you each one of these photos without their names next to them, would you be able to tell me which one's which?
Yes, only because Colton I always thought was a very strange name, and I knew Colton
Okay.
looked more like Billy.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Just curious, because I know it took me a while to figure out which one was which.
It did, and I
Um,
forgot what it was, but I saw something online where they like put up a side by side of Colton and Billy, and I was like, damn, like those two look like he looks like his spitting image son, where Austin
Yeah.
kinda.
All right.
I saw Austin
Yeah.
in the top prospect tournament in Ring of Honor long before Colton was even
Mhm.
wrestling.
Yeah,
So
and
he's always
yeah.
stuck out more for me.
And for what it's worth, I mean, I know Colton's already moving on as the Jannetty, but my vote would have been the same. Would have been for Colton as well. I always kind of liked Austin more. So, all right, Colton Gunn is the Jannetty between the Guns.
All right.
We're on what, matchup 10 of 16?
Matchup 10 of 16. I'm just trying to figure out how to fix something for the next round, which I'm
Shit.
kind of figuring out as we go. So we can continue.
All right.
Next up, we have, yes, I was so excited for this one personally because I love this team. Not going to lie. This is my childhood right here. We got the Bushwhackers, all right? Bushwhacker Butch, Bushwhacker Luke. Neither one of them won individual titles. They were big tag team wrestlers their entire time. Who do we
Let me go
think
ahead.
was the Jannetty? Because I think these two are the most evenly matched up in the entire tournament.
Let me go ahead and get this out of the way for us. Which one of them is alive?
Hold
think
on.
I think it's Luke.
If
No.
Luke is alive, then Butch is a Jannetty.
Let me look.
Here's something I would like to point
I
out.
don't think you're allowed to say that.
Bushwhacker Luke has
Yeah,
worked
Luke-
in ROH.
Mmm.
Several times.
Luke is alive. Butch passed away 2 years ago. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Jannetty. Butch Jannetty.
Butch is the
Butch is
Jannetty,
Jannetty.
according to you. Based on looks, I'm going to say Luke is the Jannetty.
Based on looks. Okay, Vince. Well, I'm with the folks at Till 5. That Butch is the Jannetty.
All right.
Yeah.
I have no criteria to go on for that one.
No, I'm with them with
they are
the
the
Ring of
same
Honor
person.
thing as well.
So
and
Butch,
yeah,
we're moving on as the Jannetty. All right.
Yep. When I think of them, I can only picture Luke. The only team in this invitational to guest star on Family Matters, says Jay DeFalco.
That's so fair.
All right. Good
Really
reason.
quick, just so I remember, we said Austin was the Jannetty. My bad.
No, Colton is.
Colton.
Danny, do you need a minute, Danny?
No, not anymore. Now I'm pretty good
All right.
for
Well,
now.
I
I'm gonna
think
need
we
a
know who
minute
the
later.
Jannetty is. I think we know who the Jannetty is of the SharpSHOOTers now.
Yeah, the one doing all the work back here. What are you doing over there? Zip your lip.
I'm
Moving
the talent.
on. Don't start with me. Moving on. We got the Legion of Doom / the Road Warriors, Animal versus Hawk. No individual titles for Animal. Hawk was a one-time CWA world champion. If you know what CWA was back in the day. Ooh, nice little guitar, Jeff Jarrett. Definitely the Jannetty if you're Jeff Jarrett. So, who do we think out of Animal and Hawk? I'll go first. I feel like I haven't gone first in a while. I know what Till 5's criteria might be for this one as well, but I'm not going to go with that criteria. I think in their prime, Hawk was always the bigger star. I think everyone saw Hawk as the main guy with Animal as the sidekick, so I'm going to go with Animal as the Jannetty. Spelling bee for the Jannetty of the SharpSHOOTers. Hey, we did that before. It was not good. Anyway.
I will defer to Till 5 just because I know they're more knowledgeable on the team, and if a tiebreaker
You're
is
not
necessary,
thinking
God help
about
us.
the Heidenreich factor. And the Heidenreich factor gives the edge to Animal.
Stop it.
No, that's like saying that Leaf Cassidy makes Jannetty not
Yeah,
the Jannetty
right?
of the Rock.
Like, stop. Please. Please. I'll entertain some things on this show. I will end the show right now if we're going with Heidenreich. Anyway, what's your vote Till 5?
Yeah, I guess
Wow.
Animals. Yeah.
Animal's the Jannetty.
All
All
right.
right.
Draws actually is, but since we're going with it.
Yep.
Guys,
All right.
tag team. These triples and managers and stuff we're bringing in do not count. Tag team. I thought we were
Sunny
safe
does not
when we
count.
didn't bring up Crush with Demolition, and then since then we've gone
sorry,
on
sir.
a downward spiral.
Heidenreich was also part of Legion of Doom. And a tag team with just animals.
I am
So,
moving on to
technically,
the Outrunners. We got
wanted to
Turbo
do that.
Floyd, Truth Magnum. It's crazy for how long these guys have been wrestling that there's no individual championships. They are just been a tag team for their entire long careers. How do we feel about these two guys? I almost thought that I put up the same picture, by the way. I had to double check and make sure I typed in the right names into Google because they look exactly the same in this picture.
I get
So,
them confused a lot.
So I'll go first.
I feel like you're
this
the most
one.
knowledgeable about these two.
Yeah, well, I'm an Outrunners aficionado. I've been watching their stuff ever since NWA back in the 80s, and I think that the Jannetty between the two of them is Turbo, purely because just
handled
watching.
it's Turbo.
Was that?
Handled it's Turbo.
Yeah, I think it's Turbo just from watching their matches. Usually when there's like a high moment spot, usually I hate to say it, but usually it gets blown by him, not the other one.
Yeah.
So I like them both, I do, but that just sticks out for me if I'm picking like a thing there. I think Truth could have more potential long term. So yeah, I think Turbo's the Jannetty here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I agree with you. I feel like just in the ring, he's just a little bit better. So I think Truth is definitely the Sean compared to Turbo being the Jannetty.
Son of a bitch.
All right, moving on to matchup 13.
Ooh.
We have the Good Brothers, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson. No real titles of note from anywhere I knew, so 5 individual for Luke, 6 individual for Carl. What do we think here, boys?
All right.
You guys
Still
kind of
5
look
still-
like Luke and Carl, by the way. Just putting that out there.
Oh wow, I could see it.
Which one's Luke and which one's Carl?
Well, Luke has the bigger. Well, not really. Luke has more of a long beard, so I don't know. What do you think, Juice?
That's your grave, Danny.
I don't want to pick
All
it
right,
out
so-
because we're about to pick
Anyway,
the Jannetty. I plead the
Till
fifth.
5. Till 5. You guys can go first on this one. What are your thoughts on Luke Anderson and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson?
To me, this is
Yeah.
another one that's split pretty down the middle. But I don't know what you think, Aaron, but Gallows has done more. It may have not been good, but he has done more.
Yeah. Well, Carol F says in chat, does Gallows get a pass for being Festus,
That might be true. The Festus pass.
or does it hurt him?
The Festus pass.
Okay, here's the argument that I'll make. At least Gallows has a wrestling school. And is at least contributing like John did, so I'll agree that Anderson's maybe the Jannetty here.
Yeah, but Gallows doesn't have a hot Asian wife. I don't know if you've taken that into consideration
Neither does
at all.
Anderson anymore.
Oh shit! All right, so then fuck it. Anderson's definitely the Jannetty. he lost it then. I'm out.
I like the criteria going on here, gentlemen. But for the record, I'm with you guys. I do think Anderson of the two is the Jannetty. I've always liked Gallows more.
Festus pass. Good
Yeah.
for Luke Gallows.
I love it. That's hilarious.
Ring-
All
ring
right,
that bell.
moving on to matchup 14. We have someone's favorite tag team, the Young Bucks. Nick versus Matt Jackson. Literally, probably the next up for the Jannetty of Sean and Marty. We have their spinning image. So how do we feel about Nick and Mark Jackson?
I'm gonna sit this one out.
I'm gonna let you two start this off. Actually, yeah. Let's. I'm gonna hear you two guys go.
Nick is the Jannetty.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
That's it. That was that easy.
But why? I legit want to hear. Just curious.
Matt is the only one who's actually trained how to wrestle. He's the only one who shows any actual psychology when he's wrestling. And if you had to watch one of them in a singles match with anybody other than Ray Phoenix, or somebody who's going to flip around the ring for him, you want to see Matt in the match.
Okay. Right. Juice has to be deciding factor here. Well, that's if it's a tie. There's also vetoes. I can't veto them both. Actually, I want to veto them both.
They're both gone.
All right, so Till 5 votes for Nick Jackson.
So I agree that I think Matt's the better wrestler, but I also think Nick's the more entertaining of the two of them. And I think Nick, like when I think of Sean and Marty, I think Nick as Sean and Matt as Marty just based on looks and based on like how he acts and stuff. Where Matt's trying to do like more of the psychology stuff. This is a hard one. I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna go with Matt as the Jannetty here.
Saw that coming. Okay. So
I saw that coming.
I am going to go with Nick being the Jannetty, and my main reason for that is because watching their stuff in New Japan, I specifically remember when Matt Jackson had that arc where he was always like selling his back. There's a lot of like selling and work going into psychology with that, and I appreciated that just from a selling standpoint, because God forbid they do any of that now. But yeah, so I'm gonna say Nick is the between the two. I always enjoyed watching Matt more between the two of them. So yeah, Nick Jackson is the Jannetty of the two.
All right, moving on.
How many more round ones?
2 more. These are the last 2.
All right, are we gonna take a commercial break after that?
Yes, sir. Because I
Okay,
need
just
to
making
do
sure.
some massive editing. So next up, we got the best friends: Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta. 15 individual titles for Chuck. The only one I found interesting was that he was a one-time IWA Mid-South Women's Champion. So that was interesting to me. And Trent Beretta won five individual titles. FIP World Champion. I just put something on there because Chuck got the Mid-South Women's, and I felt bad for Trent. Who's
All right.
starting
Well,
this one off?
I went last time, so I'll go first here.
There you go.
I think this is one of the tougher ones.
Interesting. I
I,
don't.
I yeah, well, I like them both a lot, but like, I mean, that's what I need. That's why it's probably so tough. I need to like kind of take that out of it. And just think of them and their whole like full package ability and what could make them more of the superstar amongst the two.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna vote for Chuck Taylor as the Jannetty here. I think Trent Beretta has the more potential between the two to have gone somewhere. And I'm not sure what's going on with Chuck right now. I'm not sure if he is done, but that's besides the point. I hope he's okay. But yeah, my
I
vote is
hope
for
he's
Chuck
not done.
as the Jannetty.
Till 5?
Whoever wants to go next.
Aaron, I'll let you take this one.
Honestly, I would like to abstain because I don't want to call Chuck Taylor a Jannetty to Trent Beretta because Chuck actually worked the Indies and actually was a face out there and helped develop some current talent. Well, I feel like Trent Beretta fumbled every good opportunity he had to be a star.
Well, yeah, sure, but let's
And
remember we're talking about like potential and like what it could be in that scenario. Like if you break them up, and right now they're broken up. Like let's say Chuck E.T. was still around, doing things week to week. That's what we're really talking about. I mean, I get it. It's
if
easy
you
to
had
go back
broke
to
them
that
up,
stuff, but
if you had broke them up and Chuck had been healthy,
yeah,
hell, we both know, we all know that Chuck would have been the Jannetty.
that's all I'm getting at. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Oh, hell. All right.
Yeah.
And last matchup of round 1, we have blank. We have the Dark Order, John Silver, Alex Reynolds, 4 individual championships for Silver, 6 individual championships for Reynolds. I'll start this one off. I feel like I haven't started one off in a while.
But before you go, I just want to point out I don't think I've ever seen anybody make the face of a wet fart like Aaron just did when that matchup came up on the screen. I just like his face was just like, what are we doing here? So I'll sit out and let you go first, Danny, by all means.
I mean, I can go first if you want.
You know what? Go ahead.
Whoever wants to.
What the
I noticed
fuck are
that.
these two guys that you put up for the Dark Order and not Uno? Sue Grayson.
Well, everyone knows that's the Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, that's not the Dark Order.
Let's be honest. The only reason that these two guys have a job is because Johnny Hungy was hilarious.
Because Johnny Hungy was hungry. Like, what's the problem?
He actually got over. Alex Reynolds is a very good worker in a wrestling company full of great workers.
I don't understand what the argument is right now.
I think he's just hot that I even put them on here and not.
Listen,
Yes, I am. I am very hot. It's Alex
hot.
Reynolds.
Reynolds is the Jannetty. He's completely void of any charisma.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I think John Silver has all the charisma. He's funnier. He's better in the ring, I think. Reynolds is a good hand, but I think he's just more of his backup, and he just kind of shows all the time.
Listen, you getting mad at me, but we'll see in a few minutes how far Reynolds makes a run here, because talking Jannetty's, all right, that's all.
We'll see.
All right, so Reynolds moves on, and I believe that is the end of the first round. We have no vetoes so far.
All right.
Interesting. All right, so
And
we're gonna taking a commercial now, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Please don't go anywhere. Be right back.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We are here. I think the camera looks a little bit different. There we go.
Nope, fixed it.
So Danny is working on some technical stuff in the background. So while we're waiting for him to do that, I am going to read you all Raw results so far for the first hour. So if you
Love
did
it.
not, if you you're here with us, you chose not to watch them, so we're gonna let you know what happened. I'm just gonna go off of WWE's Twitter and just see what they're saying. LA Knight wasting no time confronting Jey Uso after what happened last week. Ooh, LA Knight attacks Jimmy and Jay backstage. A lot of pushing. Ooh, wow. John Cena's returned to Massachusetts. Why didn't John Cena just say no to Brock Lesnar's challenge? 2-minute video. Not gonna watch. What does being the last real champion really mean? Brock Lesnar's going to find out at WrestlePalooza live on the ESPN app this Saturday. How's he going to find out? Neither of them are champion. That makes no sense. Next up, I found it super.
Wait, they're gonna do. They're asking how's the last real. That's so stupid. Continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Everything about it is really stupid.
In quotes, I founded Suplex City and taken your best shot for over 20 years, and I'm still standing. Lesnar versus Cena at WrestlePalooza is going to be war. Smoke coming out of noses emoji. You didn't found Suplex City. He did. He did it to you, you dumbass.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, these people.
Uso and Knight versus Breaker and Reed tonight. Jimmy Uso, that is. Yeah. So they're doing the same match for this weekend, but with the other Uso. That's so dumb. Okay.
Okay. Ready.
But I'm not done. Bailey's
entertaining.
We're ready. We're ready. I don't want to listen to this anymore. Thank God.
Bailey is
I
back.
didn't want to lose viewers.
We lost viewers. Not cool. Juice people are probably watching on delay. Ooh. Uh-oh. Juice got in trouble now.
You didn't miss anything. You didn't miss it.
Look, if you're waiting to watch this tomorrow morning while you're taking a shit watching TikTok fucking clips of WWE Monday Night Raw because that's all it's worth anymore, sorry we spoiled that for you.
If anybody's upset that I spoiled the opening 30-minute John Cena segment, I'm sorry. All right, round 2.
That's fair, but John Cena sucks. Going on. Round 2, matchup number 1.
John Cena doesn't suck.
So now,
WWE sucks.
now we're going to a situation where you guys kind of decide how you want to figure out who the Jannetty is, what your criteria is. You can think of these two as a tag team. You could think of these two as individuals and just who's more Jannetty, whatever you want to do. But we have Rey Fenix from the Lucha Bros versus Axe from Demolition.
Axe.
Yeah, I'd have to go Axe as well.
Axe? All right. Axe real quick losing. Sucker. Axe moving on through as the Jannetty. Just remember, I can't go too fast. Just putting that out there. All right. Next up.
Speed round.
Damn.
Next up, we have Mark Briscoe versus James Storm. This is a hard one. So please take your time. But this is a hard one.
What a fun tag team that would be, just for the record.
I would really enjoy this tag team a lot.
Yeah.
Anyone else can go first.
I'm going to start this one off. I think from just what I personally like and just the way I think they would be as a tag team, I think Storm would take more of the lead role where Briscoe would be more like the comedy guy on and trying to help him out. And they're both going to be good in the ring and stuff like that, but I just think Briscoe would be more of like the leader of the tag team. So I'm going to go with Mark Briscoe, in my opinion, as the Jannetty here.
I can see that. I'll agree.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
All right, I would have gone the other way around. I would have gone with James Storm.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, between these two, I would have gone James Storm. But all right,
no veto there.
No, and by the way, this is the second round, so if you don't use it in the second round here, you don't have to use it at all. But then you have it for next week, so keep that in mind.
All right, moving on.
We only have one. We don't know what tag teams are available next week.
That's totally fair.
That's true.
Next up, we have Christian versus Angelo Dawkins.
Dawkins.
Yeah, it's Dawkins. It's Dawkins.
I assume so.
It gets easier.
All right. After that, matchup number 4 in round 2, we have Anthony Bowens. Damn, these are not slowing down for me at all. We have Anthony Bowens versus Eric Rowan.
Rowan.
All right, give me a second.
Yeah, Danny doesn't even get the vote in the second round.
I'm just like clicking away over here.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Danny, you go first with the next one.
Matchup number 5. Matchup number 5, we got Colton Gunn versus Bushwhacker Butch. I'm going to have to go with Bushwhacker Bush on this one, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll go Butch as well.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, till
Colton is
5.
alive, he wins.
All right.
There you go.
Bushwhacker Butch is the Jannetty of these two. Matchup number 7 of round 2. We have Animal versus Turbo Floyd.
Turbo Floyd.
Floyd.
I think Turbo Floyd as well. Give me 1 second while I'm trying to catch up to you guys over here. So Turbo Floyd, do me a favor on this last matchup. Just talk about it for a second, all right?
I mean, we both. Nick it would have to be Nick, right? Actually, no.
Yeah, I'm
It would-
leaning on Anderson. I think Anderson.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking of who would have the more potential to break out from this tag team at this point, and I think it would be Nick. I think Anderson's always been one of those wrestlers that's just like a coaster. Like he like, not a literal coaster, obviously, but I'm talking like someone that just coasts through his matches and stuff.
I agree.
Like he always cared more about the money than the in-ring stuff, and for me, that always made me not like him as much. But yeah, I would think Nick has more potential between the two of them here, so I'd go Carl.
That works for me.
I agree.
Right.
Yeah, I go Carl too. So that's an easy one. And the
Right along
last
here, folks.
last matchup of round 2, Chuck Taylor versus Alex Reynolds.
Alex Reynolds.
Yeah, it's Reynolds. Yeah. And
That's not
again,
even
everybody-
fair.
It's so much easier
Didn't even
for
give
you.
me a chance for that last one.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Next up, we are starting round 3. No vetoes may be used any longer. This is round 3. This is our final 8 of this side. All right, here we go. Starting off, where am I here? I got lost again. 75, 76. Here we go. Starting off with Mark Briscoe versus Axe. And once again, give me a second to catch up, so take your time.
I mean, for me, it's easy. It's Axe. I don't even think Mark should have
The two.
moved on here personally. So Axe.
Oh, absolutely agreed. It's Axe.
Yeah, I think Mark just got a bad matchup with James Storm, so I think Axe as well.
Danny, I'm actually gonna top up the round 4 matchups in the Twitch comments
Okay.
Cool.
as we go, so it'll make it easier for you. I know you're trying to make graphics as we go too.
Yeah, I'm just now. I think I'm okay, but I'll probably speak too soon and get messed up. No big deal. All right. Matchup number 2: Eric Rowan, Angelo Dawkins. I'll go first with this one. I think this is an easy one. I think this is Eric Rowan, no doubt about it.
I think I have to agree. I definitely think that works for me. Aaron?
Yeah,
Nope,
it's-
Aaron
it's-
said time
Uh-oh. Aaron said timeout.
Uh-oh.
Hold on a minute here, playa.
Teddy Long?
So, at least Eric Rowan got bookings elsewhere and was working. I don't think anybody would be lining up to book Dawkins for AEW if he got released today.
I don't want to be mean when I say this, but would Rowan have gotten half of those bookings if it wasn't for Harper passing away?
I was about to say the same thing.
I hate to say
Okay.
it, but I mean,
Dawkins is
Even the
booker
AEW
today,
booking, you could argue that that was all just for the Luke Harper run. You know what I mean? Like,
but it doesn't. Okay, so
I'm
he had
just
a bigger
saying.
Shawn Michaels to be paired with.
well,
Dawkins over here is the Jannetty of let's face it, they're not established enough to declare who's going to be the Jannetty, really.
But what I would say is if Montez and Dawkins broke up right now, I don't think either. I mean, like if they broke up and then went their separate ways, I don't think either one would individually get signed by AEW right away. I think they would both have to prove themselves on the indie scene as individual stars, and then whoever made it bigger faster, which would probably be Montez, would go. But like, I don't think either one of them would have gotten signed with the AEW, if I'm being fair. And again, I don't think
Let's be
Eric Rowan
honest.
got signed. Like if I'm looking at
Neither
talent,
one
if
of
I'm
them was
looking at
signed
on the
with
mic,
AEW.
if I'm looking at anything between these two, Angela's better on the mic. Angela's better in the ring. Angela has a better look. I don't know why Eric would be any kind of star over him.
Because he's bigger and more marketable.
I don't know
I
about the
don't
more
think he's more marketable. I don't think he's more marketable either.
Okay, I mean that's fine.
All right. So do we have any
Okay.
votes here? So 5. How we landing? Little dissension.
I mean, it's either way to me, but in my opinion, it's Rowan.
Okay, we can do Rowan. That's fine.
All right, just making sure. We're moving on to the next matchup where we have.
Oh wait. Oh, sorry. Did you say Rowan, Danny? Or did I miss
Yeah,
that?
I said Rowan at the
All right.
beginning.
Well, if it makes you feel better, Aaron, even if you guys did say Dawkins, I was gonna say Rowan. So.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
He's like, good. All right.
I'm just letting it be known.
All right, next matchup, we have Turbo Floyd versus Bushwhacker Butch. And this is a very interesting matchup.
I'm gonna say Butch. I think Turbo would have more potential to break out and become something more than Butch would. So I'm gonna go with Turbo. I mean, I'm gonna go with Butch as the Jannetty. That's my vote. My vote's for Butch.
Aaron, you can have this one, man. Whatever
No,
you
I'm
want to
gonna
do.
agree. I think it's
Yeah.
Butch.
Yeah. I think it's Butch.
right.
Even though I will give credit, and as people who actually looked up anything with the Bushwhackers will say, before WWF, they were actually like good heels and like they weren't just a comedy act.
They were the sheep herders.
Yeah. But with that being
Yeah.
said, I still think Turbo Floyd, look wise, mic wise, I think he is still better. So I think he would be the Michaels out of these two.
Jay DeFalco says, not the first time these two have met. They fought once in 1982 at the Joliet, Illinois Civic Center. It was an amazing match. 5 stars.
All right.
Well
Next
done.
matchup.
Well done.
That was good. Next matchup, we have Carl Anderson. Son of a bitch. It's never fair. It doesn't even matter. We have Carl Anderson versus Alex Reynolds. How do we feel about
Alex
this
Reynolds.
one?
Alex Reynolds.
Danny, do you want to go first?
I think I'm gonna go with Alex Reynolds on this one, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be Reynolds.
Nice sweep there. Okay, this is getting so. This is gonna get hard now. Now we got our final 4 on this side. First matchup, we have Eric Rowan versus Axe.
I'm not gonna lie. I continuously don't know enough about Axe to know his full talent level and potential, and I'm kind of riding my Eric Rowan hate train here. But I legit don't think he's that good. But my vote is gonna still be for Eric Rowan still being the Jannetty. I'm already calling him Jannetty. But my vote's for Eric Rowan. Y'all take that as you will. I'm gonna back out and let you guys debate because you both know Axe better than I do.
I'm gonna vote Axe.
Okay.
I feel like Axe is much more of a Jannetty, just because if you pair them together, which one would you remember? If you take away Axe's face paint, tell me something else memorable about it.
It's true.
Yeah, you might have
At
a
least
point. Again,
Rowan had a spider. It was stupid as shit, but he had it.
It's true.
No, you're very right. And Danny, please take that into account. Don't let my hate wave here kind
No.
of.
the problem is that I still like. I don't think Eric Rowan's a good wrestler. That's my issue. I just don't think he's a good wrestler. So like, I don't think he's a good
But-
talker either. So like,
Well, and that's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Again, we want to reiterate it. Even though it's like the Jannetty and the Shawn Michaels, you don't have to be a good wrestler or talker to still ascend and become
of course,
more over wrestler of the two.
and
So I think
that's-
that's important to remember here. So.
exactly, and that's what I'm trying to think of right now is let's play the what if factor. What if Eric Rowan was in Demolition? What if Eric Rowan is in Demolition? Could he have been the bigger part of Demolition? I think so. I think that was a very easy way to wrestle back then. I think he would have been a monster compared to Axe. He doesn't need to talk because they have Mr. Fuji. So I think Eric Rowan would have been better. Would Axe have been good as a Wyatt family member? I don't think so. I don't think Axe would have been able to keep up with Bray. I don't think Axe would be able to keep up with that shtick. And I don't think he would have been able to keep up in the ring the way Eric kind of can with the guys nowadays. So I'm going to agree. I think Axe is the Jannetty here.
All right.
Interesting.
Moving on
I didn't think
to
I was going to vote
final.
against Eric. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think I was going to vote against Eric.
You could shave Eric Rowan's beard and paint his face up and put him in Demolition.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think he would have been. I think he would have been fine. I think he would have been the bigger star
what are
out
you
of the
gonna
two of
do
them
with
also.
Wyatt?
All right.
Have
So
him
Axe is
be
moving
whatever
on to the semifinals
Gacy
or the
Pig
finals
character
rather.
is?
No, semifinals.
Alex Reynolds.
Well, finals of this side, semifinals of the tournament.
Yeah. All right. So
Until 5, did he even need to talk about that one?
No.
Juice, any way you want to argue for Bushwhacker Butch here?
I don't know Butch well enough, unfortunately, and I like Reynolds. I don't know Butch well enough. So I'm actually conflicted. I know it's been fun to like say Reynolds, but I don't know.
So here's my thing, and I'm conflicted too. I think, oh man, I want to say that Reynolds would be better than Butch. I want to say that Reynolds could talk more. He's definitely better in the ring. I want to say Reynolds could talk more than Bushwhacker Butch. I look at Reynolds and he screams Jannetty to me. Like I can't think of a more bland sidekick tag team wrestler than Alex Reynolds. That's where I'm stuck here.
Is this officially the Alex Reynolds Face Club?
he's taking this spot. Shit. Anything, Juice? Did you figure out what you're voting?
You know what? I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote for Butch.
You're gonna vote for Butch, you bastard.
I'm gonna vote for Butch because I think that with some training and a repackage, you could do something with Reynolds maybe.
All right, so if these two are in a tag team, both in their prime would be a crazy tag team. These two are in their tag team and they broke up. Who would be the Shawn and who would be the Jannetty? Bushwhacker Butch match with Steve Urkel ended in no contest.
I don't even. That's like a Mad Libs. What the fuck? What are we doing? What? Okay.
That's a
Steve
100%
Urkel?
correct factual statement that match did end in a no
Bushwhackers.
contest.
All right, Danny, who's moving on to the semis?
I don't know.
Reynolds is the definition of generic Jannetty.
No, I get it, bro, but like you can't tell me that that Bushwhacker Butch would be a bigger single star than Alex Reynolds.
I still think that he would be a
Look,
bigger
it's
Jannetty.
It's a simple fact. If Bushwhacker Luke or Bushwhacker Butch was still alive, or say the Dark Order was around in WCW in 1992 while the Bushwhackers were around on WWF, and you put that Bushwhacker Butch was going to be appearing at your show, and Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order was going to be there, which one do you think more people are going to show up for? Bushwhacker Butch is marketable to children.
Okay.
Marketable.
All right, I figured out. I used my what if scenario. All right. Because I'm taking Juice's idea of a repackage. If you were to repackage Alex Reynolds, I don't think he's strong enough to go that far on his own. If you were to repackage Bushwhacker Butch, Now, you guys tell me just till 5 because Juice wouldn't know, and I'm not sure. Could he be like a almost Mark Briscoe type character this day and age?
You could do more of like a Mance Warner type thing with him. Sure, yeah, he would just be a crazy. If he was around in the early 2000s, he would have been a crazy guy in the hardcore division. He would have had something to do.
There's no reason that he couldn't have been a Balls Mahoney on his own.
Yeah.
I think you just ruined it with that argument. Balls Mahoney sucks.
But Balls Mahoney,
he was
Balls
over
Mahoney.
though.
No, he was over.
was-
No, you're right.
he
You're
was
right. He
very
was over. Okay. All right. Alex Reynolds, Jannetty. Moving on to the finals.
All right.
I'm going to use this copy and paste right here just in front of everyone behind the
Go
scene.
ahead and
Reynolds-
cancel next week.
Reynolds.
It's Reynolds all day.
Reynolds, if this makes its way to you, I defended and fought for you as best I could here.
All right. And the finals of this side of the bracket, semifinals of the whole tournament, Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order versus Axe of Demolition. This is by far the craziest matchup I think I've ever experienced in any tournament. I would never have imagined this matchup.
Well,
And I
first off,
truly don't know.
This is
All right,
this is
all right. Can I paint a
Hold
scenario?
on, wait,
for you
Juice,
guys?
what? Hold on, wait, Juice,
Yeah,
what?
hold on. You can, Aaron. Just give me a second. This is phenomenal content in 2025. I love that this is a discussion we're having, and this is exactly why I did this tournament, because it
Yeah.
screamed out to me as something completely, who's the greatest of this, the best of this. This is different enough that
This is
matchups
awesome.
Like this, it's perfect.
This is
Okay,
awesome.
Aaron, paint your picture.
Okay. So let's say that Axe is evil Uno.
Okay.
Like you unmask evil Uno, and it turns out that it's Axe underneath the mask.
Bleh.
Yes, sure.
He's going to have further to go as this face-painted madman. Then Alex Reynolds is going to get over on his own after that tag team split. Because he's the Butch of heavy machinery.
But Axe can't go. Like, Axe of the two was the worst wrestler. Like, his run would be very short once fans realized it would be like a terrible match every time. Like, fans turn on bad matches now.
Characters get over more than the wrestling with most fans.
Sometimes,
especially if they were in WWE.
if they're decent enough, but I don't think Axe was decent enough to get over.
He doesn't have to be. He'll be squalling and crazy and getting disqualifications all the time. It'll get
PCO
over.
got
That's
over.
boring as shit.
PCO's over like Rover, dude. Anywhere. What would be the difference? He could be doing moonsaults. He'll figure it out.
Stop it. The Axe is not doing
figure
a
it out.
fucking moonsault.
Well, there's a better chance of Axe doing a moonsault than Alex Reynolds getting over in anything that he does in pro wrestling.
That's not.
Dang it.
Aw.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm being truthful. Reynolds is the modern day Jannetty. There's no argument here for me.
So hold on. So then with that, all right. Not that Smash is, but like, are we really calling John Silver the modern day Shawn Michaels then, by comparison?
No,
But,
no. I just think that Reynolds is the definition of a generic. If I was going to create a generic wrestler on WWE 2K when I was 12 years old, it would probably look a lot like Alex Reynolds, and it would work a lot
Look,
like Alex.
I love that Alex Reynolds has proved that he is a good worker. He is good enough to get a steady job and to get that money. By all means, do get that money.
Good for him.
But let's be honest. If it wasn't for these two guys and COVID, would they have gotten over? Would Alex Reynolds have a job today in wrestling? I think he would have quit wrestling.
No,
I think it's great that he has a
no,
job.
no.
Who's
I
ready to vote?
I disagree with that just because COVID didn't prevent them from signing people. Like they were still signing big names. They were still getting people in. They were still pushing Dark Order. Like I don't think that would have changed. I think Dark Order would have been more popular.
Workers to come in and job.
But I'm just saying. I think Alex Reynolds would have been. No, I think Dark Order Reynolds were still gone. I mean, Reynolds would have gone over as much as he got over. Like it wouldn't have changed if COVID didn't happen. I think if anything, he would have gone over a little bit more. Fans were there the whole time. I think they really like Dark Order. Dark
All right,
Order, not
gentlemen.
Alex Reynolds specifically. Dark Order, but Alex Reynolds, I think, did get a little he is a little popular in the indie scene. It's not like no one knows his name. Like when he was getting first signed, people were telling me about him. I didn't know him because I didn't watch indies, but people were talking to me about Alex Reynolds.
All right,
Ooh.
gentlemen. Who's ready to vote?
You don't know them.
I think you made that up. There's no way that anybody was like, man, that's Alex Reynolds' kid. He's really going places.
I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying, oh, they signed Dark Order. They've seen Silver and Reynolds on indie
Yeah.
stuff. They showed the videos of them
Okay,
with
so you threw
with
Silver
best
in
friends
there,
and stuff.
proving that. Gotcha.
More for Silver, yeah. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
I got you.
All right. Voting. I believe Till 5 already voted once we changed the screen. Are you sticking with Alex Reynolds?
Yep.
All right.
Danny, you can go next.
I'm kind of stuck in the same boat as last one, except I don't think Axe would be as entertaining as Butch. That's my problem. I think Axe needed a mouthpiece the whole time. I think Axe was terrible in the ring. I think Reynolds can at least do things on his own. I do think Reynolds would get over more. And that's more of a testament to I don't think Axe would get over at all. Like I don't really think Axe on his own would be that menacing. He like take off the all the weird garbs, and he was kind of fat. He wasn't even like a built guy. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Axe as the Jannetty here, guys. I'm sorry. The more I talked about Axe, the more I don't like him.
I wish I knew Axe more. I mean, I've seen some of the matches, but like, I keep thinking of Reynolds, and like, obviously, it's thinking what could be, what he could make of himself, and like what we've seen in the ring, and it's hard. It's hard because I don't. Yeah.
Reynolds has no Riz.
Neither does Axe.
Yes, he does.
No,
Axe did shit on his
Demolition
own
has the
besides
Riz.
Demolition. No.
Axe doesn't have the
Billy has
Riz.
accomplishments in indies outside of Demolition.
Yeah,
You take a look at that picture. Down
that was
there.
territories back then. That wasn't
There's
indies.
more charisma in that than there is in.
But again, that's because of the face paint. Like, I don't think the
Nope.
tongue sticking out is the charisma, because that's all he's doing is sticking out
It's
his
way
tongue.
more charisma than.
All right. So, with Axe and Smash, when you guys voted for Axe and Smash in the first round, how strongly did you both feel about Axe? Were you that strong about it, or were you like on the fence, coin flip kind of deal?
No,
I will admit, there is probably a 25% argument to make that Axe was a bigger member of Demolition because of his time as Masked Superstar before the tag team. He had a career before Demolition started. He's older. That's why we're throwing him under the bus with some of that.
Mhm.
Don't discredit the fact that he had an established career.
Axe from Demolition
So-
was also in a pizza Hut commercial. Thank you, Jay.
Reynolds would never be.
Alex Reynolds, okay, let me put this straightforward. When you think of the Dark Order, first off, you think of Uno and Stu, and then you think of Silver and Reynolds.
Oh, for sure.
So Reynolds is the fourth option here.
So Danny, when you voted Axe and Smash, what were your thoughts between Axe and Smash? Like, was it a layup for you? Like, yes, easy, or no?
it was a layup for me just because we're talking about the tag team of Axe and Smash, and we're not talking about we're talking about the Jannetty of the tag team itself. And I always thought Smash was the bigger star of the tag team.
Smash was okay. So
Yeah.
you immediately thought Smash had more potential, whereas Till 5 was more 75-25 on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my gut, and just it's unfortunate, but I'm gonna go with Alex Reynolds.
Wait, as
I like-
what? The Jannetty?
Alex Reynolds is the Jannetty.
Okay.
Yeah, because like
That's right.
I don't know Axe enough to really be able to weigh in and judge, but like if you guys can tell me that Axe and Smash was like you're not sure. Like when you look at Reynolds and Silver, just Reynolds is the Jannetty of the
Yeah.
two. And
Silver had TNT title shots. He had singles matches.
Oh, I know. So so that's it. So Reynolds moves on to the finals.
You're already calling in the winner, man.
I did it to Eric Rowan before too.
I know.
So so next week we will do the other half of this tournament. The winner of that will face Alex Reynolds in the finals to determine who is the ultimate Marty Jannetty here in the Marty Jannetty Invitational. This has ran a little bit longer than usual. We appreciate y'all being here with us. We know it's a tournament episode, so they usually go longer. I think we kept it well under control, though.
I was going to say, this is pretty short for our normal tournament episodes, at least the first round stuff.
So thank you all for being here. Till 5, we appreciate you. All of our viewers, we appreciate you joining us during Raw and the NFL and all that good stuff. We will be here next week at 7 o'clock doing it all over again. And come hang out and let us know who thinks to be Ultimate Jannetty.
Before Monday, though, don't forget to tune in this Thursday for our Last Point Standing, where me and Juice talk about this week in wrestling. We have some points to cover. It's a big week, so don't go missing that. All right, see you guys soon. Adios, everybody.
Peace out.